Assiniboia Downs is proud to present our featured event here in race number 3. It's the North Dakota Derby, tackling 1 mile for a purse of $12,000. Number 1 is Just a Plain Jane, owned by Glenn Ringingberg, trained by Tanya Lindsay with Chavi and Chow. Number 2 is Really Unique, owned by Lars Matheson, trained by Curtis Maxwell with Ronaldo Cumberbatch. Number 3 is Pie-Eyed Scott, owned by Scott Horst, trained by Jerry Gorno with Dane Nelson. Rounding out the field is number 4, Report to Ole, owned by Arlie Roller, trained by Jack Robertson with Tyrone Nelson. Post time for the North Dakota Derby, 7 minutes away. Post. Number 4, Port Ole. Wanted to get a little bit of a head start. They'll close the gates back up and he'll reload. They're at the post. And they're off in the North Dakota Derby. Stumbling a little as they came out of the starting gate was Really Unique. Just a Plain Jane from the inside has gone after the early advantage. Really Unique will be in second, going 3 wide. That's Pie-Eyed Scott. 4 wide. Report Ole here in the North Dakota Derby. 4 across the track in a 4-horse field. Just a Plain Jane now takes over again with the lead by a length through an opening quarter in 25 seconds. Report to Ole now has moved up on the outside and has second. Back to third, Pie-Eyed Scott, and Really Unique is the trailer. 3 lengths off the lead. They went the half in 51 3. And Just a Plain Jane has the advantage by 2 on the outside. Report to Ole, but now backing out of it, making a move in between horses. That's Pie-Eyed Scott into second. Really Unique in third, hugging the rail, and Report to Ole is the trailer. Just a Plain Jane, the 3/4. 119 1, still running comfortably and has the advantage by 3. Chavi and Chow pulls out the lightsaber for a little extra encouragement, but Just a Plain Jane is now up by 6. Really Unique looks like it's gonna fill in the exactor with Pie-Eyed Scott in third. Just a Plain Jane will take the North Dakota Derby. Really Unique in second, third to Pie-Eyed Scott in fourth. Report to Ole. Now entering the winner's enclosure is the official winner of the North Dakota Derby. That's number 1, Just a Plain Jane. Just a Plain Jane is a Bay filly, 3 years old, by Pies Prospect. Out of the mare, Karaoke Jane by Switch Partners. Owned by Glenn Ringingberg, trained by Tanya Lindsay, and ridden to victory by Assiniboia Downs leading rider, Chavi and Chow. Time for the mile, 148 3. Congratulations goes out to jockey Chavi and Chow, who scores the double. 2 wins for jockey Chavi and Chow.
Thanks, Kurt. We're down here with the winning connections of the North Dakota Derby. Jessa Plain, Jane, Chavian Chow, Tanya Lindsay, Glenn Regenberg. Chavian, what do you think of the race going in? I know this is a filly that you rode a couple of times, but obviously probably against much tougher. What was your thoughts coming into the race?
Well, my best assumption was the last time I rode her, she left the gate pretty good. So I was like, if she gets in front, let her gallop as long as possible until I hit the lane, save some horse, and go for home.
So now you got into a race where you galloped down the front side the first time, and you probably looked over to your right and saw the three other horses outside of you. Were you kind of surprised about how the race set up, or were you kind of pretty confident that you were going to kind of just gallop to the front and kind of hold on like you did?
No, my plans was let her gallop as long as she wanted to stay where I was, and as long as they come, let her gallop, and then save everything for the lane.
You ended up turning for home. You ended up having a 4 or 5 length lead. She kind of opened up a little bit. There wasn't really much coming. Did you feel like you had the race kind of under wraps by the time you got to pretty much the 8th pole?
Yeah, I took a small peek behind, and the horses weren't getting to her, so I know I had it won.
Nice win, Chavian. Anything else to add before we move on to Tanya?
Oh, yeah, thanks to the team, and it was a team effort. Thanks to the owners, and congratulations.
Congratulations, Chavian. Tanya, we'll move on here. A horse you've had for about a month here. So what did you kind of know about this filly before you came into the race here today?
She'd been training well. We had a little bit of a setback, and aside from that, she'd been training well.
That's always a good thing to hear. What was your thoughts going into the race? Same thing Chavian kind of said, where you're going to let him just kind of run her race as she was going to probably control the race from a pace scenario?
That was our plan. I mean, things set up differently sometimes, but it worked out today.
That's awesome to hear. Anything else to add other than just a very nice race and a nice win here for a horse that definitely ran a winning race?
I'd just like to thank everybody who gave me the opportunity to train the horse, and the whole team at the barn who put a lot of time and effort into getting us here.
Congratulations, Tanya. We'll move on to Glenn here for a second. So what did you think of this filly coming into the race? Obviously a filly you've bred and owned for a long time. And so what were your kind of thoughts on Jessa Plain, Jane?
I wasn't sure. Like Tanya said, she got kind of a little owie over in the barn or on the walker, and we were a little worried. She's no speed demon, but she was good enough tonight.
She's good enough tonight, and that definitely gets you the check. So what was your thoughts just of the race as you're going down the backside? Were you pretty confident as you saw kind of the slow half and her galloping along on the backside?
I was thinking she'd do okay. I didn't know. You don't know in a horse race, and she'd kind of gotten hurt, and she hasn't done what we thought she'd do this year, so I wasn't sure.
It's definitely nice to be rewarded. Any plans for the future going forward? Are we going to see her next week here at ASD? Is there anything down south for her, or do you have anything worked out, really?
She's going home tomorrow. Okay. I don't know what's going to happen then.
Well, we'll figure it out as we go along. Nice win here for Jessa Plain, Jane. Congratulations to all the connections. Chavian Chow, Tanya Lindsay, Glenn Regenberg. Congratulations, Jessa Plain, Jane, winner of the North Dakota Derby.
In the upcoming 4th race, the Silvertip Sport and Promotions Purse. There are no changes.